Round up. What? It's
Oh,
filming.
it's filming now. Okay. Oh, relax. It's all good.
Hey guys, Interior Outdoorsman here. And this Friday is our trapping shipment where the truck comes and gets all our furs that we caught over the course of the last few months. We've got all the bags back there, so I figured before we pack them up, I give everybody a little rundown on what we caught this year. Now, some of the stuff I was not able to film, whether I just was not there or I didn't have my camera on me when we went trapping. But I'll start off here. We got 4 timber wolves that were all shot during the same day by Dad here. He actually has a little video of that.
Yeah, it wasn't
filmed.
a very good day for the timber wolves.
And here we also have, that we caught in our trap, is a lynx hide. We don't catch too many of these, but they do show up every once in a while, so they fall under the incidental catch report. And we are allowed to keep them as long as we fill that out. And here we have, it's inside out because it's mandatory that you ship otter this way. But this is an otter pelt.
And a big one too.
Yeah, this is a really big one. Normally we try to shy away from catching otter too much, but once again, this is one of those incidental catch reports. But still, it is we catch probably one every year or two, probably.
Yeah, and mostly we try not to catch them just because of the amount of work that's involved in putting them up. Right, they're very labor intensive fur to prepare. So it's a lot of work for not much money, basically.
And over here,
yeah, here's a stack of beaver hides.
National animal, the beaver. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Do this and over here.
So what we got is 13 beaver in total that we caught over the course of mainly we only trap them between the months of October and December. We used to trap them in the spring every once in a while during March, but it gets into a bit of a hassle because you have to wait till the ice thaws enough that you can break through it. And they're starting to just come out, so it's they're not as active. And then over here we have 2 fishers. This is also an animal that does fall under the incidental catch report. We catch them when we're marten trapping. But they are also very closely related to the marten. And they got a little white patch here on their chest. And contrary to their name, fishers do not fish or even really go near water. And one interesting fact about fisher is that they're one of the only animals probably in Canada or in North America that know how to kill a porcupine. And they're one of the only animals that hunts them regularly.
Yeah, and they're good at it too.
Yeah.
It's their specialty, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, they're very similar to the marten. They fall under the same weasel family. And here we also have 5 martens. Some of these I filmed during my marten trapping video last November. Then some of these other ones we also caught, I think, the week prior to my trapping video. And marten are one of my favorite as far as the pelts that we get, because they're, in my opinion, one of the softest animals on the planet, and one of the coolest too. They spend almost their entire lives up in the treetops, hunting squirrels and birds and just really anything that's smaller than them. And almost every single marten I've ever seen has this orange spot right here on his neck, chest area. Except for, well, even these ones actually have it. But this guy's a little bit darker. Right here. Some of the times when they get really, really dark, this does fade. Depends on just the kind of fur color they have. There's also, like I said, there's different shades. This guy is more of a grayish brown color. This guy fades more black. And this one's even got a bit of a reddish shade to him. They're one of the main, and beaver is our main focus for trapping. And then these guys are more of our second main focus. Every once in a while, you also catch, we didn't catch any of them this year, we catch weasels, also known as the ermine. At this time of year, they often have a very white pelt, and in the summertime, they have a brown, very dark brown colored, similar to this here, and they have a little black basically the last inch of their tail is entirely black. I don't have any here to show you as a
Yeah, we
demonstration.
didn't get any this year.
Because they show up pretty very uncommonly in the traps. And then also during our marten catches, we caught, as you've seen in our marten video, if you watch that, we caught a lot of flying squirrels. We caught 3, I think. 2 of them were in the same trap, even, which we have never seen in our whole life trapping. But those are another thing that you catch quite a bit of. And that is actually one of the main things that marten here tend to eat. And just one more little fact. I'm a bit of a historian, so I read up on Canadian history, and the beaver was Canada's #1 trapped animal for making hats, very fancy hats, back in 16th, 17th century Europe, even up to the 20th century. For top hats that were very fancy, and beaver were running very low in Europe. They started becoming almost extinct. So, and they actually became very close to extinct in Canada and America, but now they're everywhere ever since the drop in trapping numbers, and their price is reaching, unfortunately, a record low in history. But they are still, that's also why they are Canada's #1 animal, and they're also on the Canadian nickel. That is the main reason for that. So we're going to bag these all up, and then we're going to ship them out this Friday. So,
and we're going to hope for good prices.
Yeah, hopefully. I think those wolves are going to sell quite well.
Yeah.